Hello, everybody. Not a lot of notes here. I just want to say, what do I think you know already, and what's the next step for deepening your understanding? So, the basic families of functions, you know their basic shapes. X squared is shaped like a U, so is x to the fourth. This could be x cubed or x to the seventh. This could be square root or fourth root. These could be third root or seventh root. These are exponential functions, 2 to the x, 10 to the x. Some people are less familiar with logs, and we'll come to those in a couple of days when we do inverses. Here's what I want you to be focusing on in the problem sets. You know the basic shape for the family, but notice that these are all a little bit different from each other. So this one is x squared. This one's x to the 10th. Notice that they both go through the point 1, 1, and they also both go through the origin. The other thing to notice is x to the 10th is above x squared when x is larger than 1. But as you can see, as they cross each other here, x to the 10th is actually below or smaller than x squared between 0 and 1. So I want you to be familiar with how the family changes as the exponents change, and also be able to answer the why questions. Why is it that x to the 10th is shaped like a U, but x to the 11th is shaped like this wavy thing? Why is it that x to the 10th is actually smaller than x squared when x is between 0 and 1? And those are questions you're going to answer in the problem sets. So notice again the reference points for all of the different families, because you're going to need to know those reference points. The reference points are just the common points that all the members of the family go through. And they're going to be helpful because later on we're going to need to transform the functions, stretch them, translate them, and you're going to think in terms of how is it going to affect those reference points. So notice that even and odd powers go through the origin in 1, 1. Even and odd roots also go through the origin and 1, 1. Exponentials do not, because of course you can't have a y value of 0 with an exponential function because there's no x value you could plug in where a number raised to that power would give you 0. But we talked yesterday in class about the kind of pattern in those. And then last, based on today in class, some students seem to be less familiar with this 1 over x function, or the reciprocal function. So also be sure that you understand why this is shaped the way that it's shaped, and also that it has these two asymptotes, a vertical one at 0 and a horizontal one at 0. We'll also be using sine and cosine a heck of a lot, not right away, but as soon as next unit probably. So you'll want to know those basic shapes as well.